you go, that was Pickman Jones. I think he's in Boston.
Isn't that who Charles Barkley played for? Played for the Phoenix Suns, didn't he?
Who?
Charles Barkley. Or am I going all basketball?
That fat singer?
I have no idea.
That's Nargs Barkley.
All right.
Fucking West Ham are beating Everton. Fuck.
What's the score?
1-0.
How did the Everton fans react to the Justin Bieber tragedy the other day? Justin Bieber playing football in a full Everton kit.
And I've got more than a plate than now to worry about than Justin Bieber, I can assure you.
He's got a few quid.
But aye, they all pissed themselves laughing at it. Seemed like it was in some island off, I don't know, some Pacific island. Some guy put him up to it, and the guy was an Everton fan that was running and got me wear it.
Fantasy.
I don't really know.
What?
Aye, the planes boss.
Yeah.
Aye.
So,
But aye, the guy, the MD coming in to buy Sevco, what the Sevco fans need to realise is if MD comes in to buy them, they're looking to make money off the back of it. So be prepared for never being back where you were previously with your other club.
I mean, it's impossible to make money off of that now. I mean, there was a slight possibility when it, started as a new club and, debt-free and all that kind of thing. But, I mean, right now, 8 million to keep the lights on, another 11 million for Ibrox. Figures that they've forecasts are based on them selling 43,000 season ticket holders, season tickets next season, which is never going to happen. How on earth does anybody come in and make money off of that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if he's watched the Hibs Hearts game, but there's two teams here that are fucking miles ahead of them. Absolutely miles ahead of them. In fact, I would go as far as to say Hibs are probably the best team in that league if they can get the consistency, because they played Hearts off the fucking park again. And so you look at that Sevco team and you look at the 8 teams, both of whom have gubbed Sevco home and away so far, and think, how on earth are they going to fucking dislodge one of them to make sure they're in the SPL next season?
Well, they won't.
They won't. I mean, they've been struggling to knock fucking Queen of the South out in a playoff. And, I mean, Hibs are 6 points behind them now. Sevco can't win a game away from him with all the money. Struggled like fuck against Dumbarton, and some few honest mistakes get them on the road again. You would expect them to sell 2 or 3 more players. I believe Wallace is on the go, 2 or 3 others. And this is at a time when Hibs have just strengthened an ex-PSG striker there. Hearts are looking to strengthen. I mean, something's going to have to give with them soon, because they're just not going to come up to the top like next season. And
can somebody explain how the playoffs work again this year?
Basically,
somebody asked me the day and I wasn't sure.
The 3rd and 4th place teams play off against each other, home and away, in the bottom league. Then the winner of that places the 2nd place team, and then the winner of that faces the team who finished 2nd bottom of the SPL.
Oh, right, because I completely guessed, as I did, and just said, well, this is what happens. And I thought it would have been 4th played the 2nd bottom of the SPL. You think that would have been the normal way to do it, and then 2nd played 3rd, and then the winners of that met,
So basically
the least Rangers can have is if the least they'll get if they come 2nd, they need to play 2 games, they need to win 2 ties.
No, 4 ties.
Aye, no, but if they come 2nd, the 3rd they'll play 4th, then they'll play them. So
and then
one tie.
So they play 4 games. So that if you finish 3rd or 4th, you've got to play 6 games. If you finish 2nd, you've got to play 4 games. So that means, so you kind of think that the way the league's gone is there's a very good chance they could be playing off for the Hibs to play whoever it is finishes 2nd bottom of the SPL. I mean, would you honestly... Hibs have taken 7 fucking goals off them this season already.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first year this has been done like this, is it?
No, it happened last year or not.
Was it that last year? I didn't even pay attention to that. That's terrible.
Obviously, because Hearts, Hibs and them weren't in it. We weren't really too...
I know, but it just seems a strange way of doing it.
Saying that,
Hibs got relegated, aye. Because Hamilton won all the way through, and then Hibs lost to them in a 2-legged game.
Aye.
So this pantomime's going to go on for another year or so, this whole...
Well, if somebody puts money in, Joe, but until somebody puts money in, then it's not going to go on very much longer. I mean, as you say, there's the wage bill comes, I think, on the 22nd of January. They've not got the money for that. Eastdale's had to give them a £500,000 loan to pay this tax bill, or HMRC was going to wind them up. You wouldn't imagine that other creditors are being paid whilst all the rest, with HMRC are getting stiffed. So it's going to need a big investment in cash very, very soon. And where's that going to come to?
Imagine you're a businessman, you get a phone call from Rangers. Imagine you're even a fucking plumber. You get a phone call from Rangers, you're like, no fucking way. I mean,
the money up front,
it'd be cash on demand.
Well, that's exactly why they can't get a credit line for anywhere. You know what I mean? They can't, virtually every football club in the world in this circumstance would be like, right, dip into the overdraft for a couple of million, pay it back, dip in, pay it back, dip in. They haven't even got an overdraft to dip into.
But this problem, right, obviously has been created by them and the fact that they're too fucking gullible to actually take control of their own club to any degree. But it's also been caused by complete and utter incompetence and just corruption, obviously, by Doncaster and Reid.
Well, I mean, Joe, when Hearts and Hibs and Motherwell and Aberdeen were in talks to have community ownership, fan ownership, debt-free, Huns were marching to empty Hampden stadiums, bringing out red and black strips, bringing out red and black scarves, and to what end? What was the point of any of that? You know what I mean? And as you see, Doncaster, that bastard doesn't say anything without fucking meaning. So all of a sudden he's backing him, it's the same club and all this kind of stuff. And then what do you know? They clear them with the taxing in about 2 fucking hours. He knows something's up because he's been in the same position before. He knew they were going to be liquidated as Rangers back in September 11, said nothing about it, allowed them to run update, allowed them to keep up the pretense everything was fine, and said absolutely nothing. Then, when it looked like they were going completely to the wall, he injected Armageddon, saying we have to keep them in top flight, we have to do this, we have to do that, and all that kind of thing. And he's basically acted as their fucking mouthpiece throughout it. And you can see, I put 2 or 3 tweets out of him yesterday, fucking, I had more zombies rip me than fucking George Romero. And all telling me, but it's all, you only use fucking paranoid Celtic fans that say all these things. It was fucking Aberdeen fans at Fir Park that had a massive Doncaster out banner.
Yeah.
If you're not influencing anything they say, they can think for themselves quite easily. I mean, people in the game, and if people didn't understand, I mean, especially Celtic, I mean, it has to be said again, the game will never get well as long as this fucking pretense keeps going up that fucking we need to do everything we can to make sure there's our Rangers in the top flight of Scottish football.
See if we had decent people running the game, like no Regan and Doncaster, Rangers as an entity would be there. This new club, they would be operating within the rules, and they would be actually maybe climbing up the leagues. Because see if they had done their job and done this fit and proper person and no just done anything to get a team called Rangers in the league, regardless who's running it, just get them in there. See if they'd actually said, no, that's not happening, you need to get somebody in there that's right. And they would have helped the zombies out. But they can't even see that. Because at the end of the day, they should be the ones that hate Doncaster and Regan more than any of us.
Yeah.
Because they can stay their clubs in.
When Sevco started as an entity in 2012, July, the only fucking thing Charles Green was interested in was ensuring that they didn't suffer any of the ills of the old co. They knew something huge was coming with the fucking EBT thing. They knew that could have resulted in a massive fine, and they knew they'd never be able to afford to pay it, which is why they drew up the secret fucking 5-way agreement ensuring that you would not be punished for any of the ills of the old co. Then, and bear in mind, we're in the midst of a fucking investigation into side letters issued by Rangers telling the SFA one thing and the players another thing about what they're going to do. Neil Doncaster issues Charles Green a fucking side letter to that agreement saying, just to reassure you, Charles, don't worry about anything. And now the bastard has the audacity to come out and say, by the way, it's still the same club. What the fuck do you write an agreement up for then? Why the fuck did they have to start in the fucking bottom third of the league? How could they not play in Europe? I mean, it's absolutely fucking laughable. And you can see the reaction on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. Celtic are going to have to fucking say something about this eventually because the fans have had enough of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they really have had enough of it. And it's time for our people. I mean, I know John Paul Taylor's been getting on Twitter. He's not even on Twitter now. He's on holidays. They come back till Thursday. Lawwell, I think, has been completely fucking unaware of the depth of feeling. I think we've seen that, Jason, in November. It's just how strongly fucking fans feel about this. And, we just need genuine leadership for the club to stand up and say, that, this is a fucking nonsense, you know what I mean? But whether people like it or not at Celtic, there will always remain the suspicion that deep down they want A Rangers in that league. And until they come out strongly against them, that'll always be the suspicion, whether they are or not, because silence, allows a fucking uncontradicted lie to become the truth.
But to be honest with you, I reckon they do want them back in.
So they are.
I reckon plenty of Celtic fans want them back in as well.
So they are.
I would say the majority of Celtic fans want them back in the league.
I don't know about the majority, but I know there's a lot of people who would love nothing. I mean, you've only got to look at the fucking demand for that semi-final.
Aye.
See the funny thing about that, saying that, I would say by far and away the majority of people I speak to don't. But I think a lot of them didn't want to just. I think a lot of them actually do.
Exactly.
They didn't want to admit it. Aye. You know what I mean?
Aye. It's one of the things, and it's the pretense, this old firm thing that will never be happening again. But it wasn't called the old firm for nothing, at the time. And both clubs made plenty of it, And you look at publicans throughout Scotland. If you had a pub that was a Celtic or a Rangers pub, you're losing guaranteed. It depends on how busy you are, obviously, but guaranteed 50 grand a year, potentially 100 grand a year. In that season we played 7 times. How much money did they lose? You're telling me pubs are absolutely rammed all day. So people aren't going there because what actual big game have you got? Not unless like Aberdeen keep this up. And if Aberdeen were to keep this up and maybe we were to drop the odd point and that, you're talking about 10 games to go in the season, you would see the crowds going up rapidly at Selleck Park. And you would see a lot of interest. And then you would see like an Aberdeen game at Pittodrie. You'd see it clamour for tickets, and when they come down to Selleck Park, it could be like the old days, and they would bring 5,000-6,000, no bother.
Yeah, but just what's going to happen though? Say if they do get up right by whatever miracle they manage to make it up, and we roast them every single time because they become the new fucking whatever. They become the new. I was going to say Hamilton Aggies. The Hamilton Aggies are playing well. Become the new Ross County or that Inverness. They keep getting whipped by us, and there's still no competition. Is that not going to be equally as disappointing as not having them anyway?
Nah, because the thing is, we used to roast them anyway, Joe.
I know.
You look in the early 80s. We roasted them left, right, and centre. They weren't even a challenge. They were like middle of the league. We used to hump them. They went 9 years without beating us at Celtic Park.
But what I kind of mean to say is that the kind of football landscape has changed. I mean, how long have they been gone now? They've been gone years. So, I mean...
Aye. But people are pining for them back.
The sad fact is, this game in February will be the busiest our pub's been for a game in 3 or 4 years.
Aye.
Simple as that. Maybe there's been no Champions League night when we've packed out, but without a shadow of a doubt, this will be the busiest the pub's been in years for a game. And
for them to try to deny it, I'm not saying I want them back. I want a competitive league. I don't give a damn where I support Celtic, regardless of who they play. But for people to say that there isn't Celtic fans out there that want them back, and no,
hand on heart, I want Hearts and Hibs to come up. Hand on heart, I want Hearts and Hibs.
I do as well. Oh, aye, absolutely. Aye, I do as well. But there's an absolute ton of Celtic supporters miss these games.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie,
I miss the games myself.
But it's no, I don't care. I don't want them back.
But tell me this, right? Are you going to have the same sort of butterflies in your stomach come 1st of February as you would have had back in the day?
I will.
Yeah.
When they wake up that morning to go and play them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not got anything to know, to be honest with you, and I'm absolutely 100% guaranteed we will absolutely destroy them.
I know, because I'll still wake up with that tiny bit of fear in me that will drive the fucking butterflies.
I've no.
I think on the day, that's how I'll feel on the day, because it's just that. I mean, it's kind of that fierce competitiveness and that rivalry. It's that real fierce rivalry of like can't let them beat us, can't let them do anything to us. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you, any kind of anxiety that any Celtic fan might have that morning will be nothing compared to the fucking anxiety they cunts are going to have. I'll tell you that right now. Because if we play like we can, we will, as Jason said, we will tear them to pieces. And I didn't say that lightly, because this isn't us playing Morton. The players didn't give a fuck about Morton. these players will be getting it drummed into them that they need to win that game. They'll understand the importance of that game to the fans. They'll understand the huge crowd that's there. And with the